Moving on for the future implications of all environmental regulations being currently considered for the Port of Long Beach. In the future, it is conceivable that there will be enhanced environmental regulations and higher environmental standards as the Port of Long Beach continues to forward its Green Port initiative. So, this includes offering incentives to different shipping lines to be more environmentally friendly and more self sustainable as they find more ways to do more business and interact more with the Port of Long Beach over time. In addition, with heightening standards around the world for environmental regulations and increasing focus on being more green overall, the Port of Long Beach, it's plausible that the Port of Long Beach will also adapt new strategies to interact and collaborate with other ports in the area, such as Port of Los Angeles and maybe Oakland ports, to increase efficiency and overall interactive capability of all regional ports in the area. Additionally, there is also more well-rounded focus on different areas of pollution such as air emission, water quality, but also protecting marine wildlife, but also implementing environmentally sustainable practices throughout the port, whether it be electricity or just overall fishing practices in the area. Quite possibly one of the most significant developments the Port of Long Beach has considered is becoming a completely electronically or electricity powered port as opposed to being powered by gas or coal or dirtier alternatives. This is significant because it shows a huge step forward for green initiatives, and it also shows a strong long-term commitment by the port to keep moving forward with its green and self-sustainable initiative. In addition, this sets an example for other ports in the area such as the Los Angeles port or the Oakland ports to follow suit. And this is the most significant aspect of the whole Green Port Initiative because it sets an example for other ports to follow.
Now, the Port of Los Angeles, similarly to the Port of Long Beach, has some of the most environmentally advanced technology among ports worldwide. Since California has become one of the most strict states when it comes to environmental laws, the Port of LA has been under enormous pressure to clean up the air, water, and soil in the environment in which it operates. In 2003, the Port of LA reached a settlement after being sued by an environmental agency for not conducting proper research in how port operations impact the community. Ever since the settlement, the Port of LA has worked tirelessly to use only clean alternative fuel yard trucks instead of diesel vehicles at their sites, to enable ships to plug into electric power instead of idling their diesel engines while docked, and to quickly develop and implement plans to decrease traffic in the area. In addition, existing 16-story cranes that blocked community views of the harbor were replaced by shorter, lower-profile cranes. Now, all port operations utilize an Environmental Impact Report, or EIR, prior to completing major projects. Over recent years, it is evident the two Southern California ports are working towards eventually becoming zero emission through increased efficiency, optimization, and electrification.
There are currently several environmental regulations that are in place from international, federal, state, regional, and local organizations. To name a few, there is the Marine Pollution International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, the Environmental Protection Act, the Clean Water Act, the California Air Resources Board, the International Maritime Organization, and the North American Emission Control Area. As of January 2005, the Port of Long Beach established a green port policy that acts as a guide for decision-making and established a framework for environmentally friendly port operations. In the Port of Los Angeles, the environment policy states that it's committed to managing resources and conducting port developments and operations in both an environmentally and fiscally responsible way. The Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach have two partner programs. The first one is the 2006 San Pedro Bay Ports Clean Air Action Plan, which invested $100 million to install shore power at all of the container terminals to meet the state requirement and achieve the port's clean air goals. Shore power, also called cold ironing, allows ships to turn off their auxiliary engines and plug into landside electricity to power onboard systems such as lights, pumps, and refrigerated containers. The second program is the 2009 Water Resources Action Plan, which focuses to improve water and sediment quality by reducing impacts from current and historical landside and waterside port operations that result in pollutants migrating through the watershed and into the harbor to meet the state of California's sediment quality objectives.